supposed to specialise in that. But on a few occasions we've actually arrived there and we've been like, sat there. You know, no one.
Oh, we only got one yesterday. The other one's in... she's abroad, isn't she? In Thailand or something. That's not really long. Come on, she looks like Janet. Yeah. She does look like Janet. I don't know which, whether it was Lord or that. Oh, right. Yeah, that's right.
Jimmy, they know what he was.
Well, she's been in South Africa, she's been in New Zealand, she's been in Fiji.
Oh, it's just a touring holiday.
Yeah, and then she's coming back to, what's that place? Not Taiwan.
Thailand.
Thailand, yeah. So she's back in Thailand. She's coming back in June, I believe, end of June. My daughter.
It's good. Jet set lifestyle.
Yeah.
I've been there. Yeah, that'd be my life.
Give Jimmy a ring. Just get oh, mind you, it's running a bin.
Yes. What about Dad? Where's Grandad? He's inside.
Watching the telly.
Yeah, he's at the bar.
No, he's watching Manchester United and
Oh, is he?
You're not old enough.
Can you have that a second? I'm just going to go and get a cigarette.
What are you doing today? Are you going to your club? Yes. I couldn't tell you anything. And then he said yes, and then when I heard that, so what are you doing? I think I'm going to the same club. Where's Lorraine?
Where are you going to stand?
I got given one of those things.
Can I
You
squeeze
can now,
through?
if you've got the right
Excuse
sort
me,
of
BBC
printer
film crew.
stuck on the end of your computer at home.
Ron, just going to do a This Is Your Life thing. Everybody comes out.
Yeah, probably go on for about 3 hours.
Yeah.
We do at work.
I know where I get
The printer only costs 99 quid. But as soon as it runs out of drinks.
Oh, doesn't it? Yeah.
Right, Audrey Duffy, this is your
All the secrets are coming out.
They're all in this book. Audrey was born in Crabtree Manaway on the 19th of April 1925 to Florence and John Woodley and older sister Joyce. When she was aged just 7 years old, she was taken to the isolation hospital suffering with scarlet fever and had to spend 3 weeks recovering.
I know that because I had to walk with someone.
Audrey in isolation.
I was going to say, because at the age of 10, Audrey's baby sister Margaret was born. Audrey became the middle child.
It's a dreadful lot. Dreadful position. That's the reason.
When Audrey was 11 years old, the family moved into a bungalow in Belvedere. Audrey considered herself to be very posh.
Still does.
She does.
At about the same time, Audrey joined a dance troupe called the Bright Lights. where she learnt how to tap dance, a skill that she still possesses.
Passed on to
Audrey
her
also
daughters.
learnt how to tap dance on skates.
She's going to
Which is
demonstrate
now going
later.
Is that on purpose, Aud?
She learned to drink.
Surprisingly, you never mastered that. When Audrey was 14, war broke out and her dad had already been called up into the army. Audrey started work in a tin foil factory where Joyce worked. She earned 7 and 6 a week for 40 hours work. At 15, she started a new job at Burnett where she met her great friends Ethel and Rose. At the time, they only had a few coupons for clothes and food was on ration, but they still managed to enjoy themselves, visiting the pictures 2 to 3 times a week and a dance on a Saturday night. All during this time, there were air raids every night and bombs dropping all around them. Every evening was spent in the air raid shelter. Being closed in was Audrey's worst nightmare, as we all know. On Audrey's 16th birthday, Burnett's was bombed, and so was Ethel and Rose's house. Audrey's next job was as a carpenter's mate, making huts for the army. She used to watch the British and German planes fighting in the sky, and all around the buildings were being bombed. When the Germans sent the rockets, it was the final straw for Audrey's mum. She moved the whole family to Newport in Wales. Whilst at the Labour Exchange one day looking for a job, Audrey found out that she was actually on the wanted list for leaving an essential job during the war. When the war ended, the family returned home and Audrey met up with Ethel and Rose again. She was also introduced to their brother Thomas, who was still in the Navy. In 1945, Joyce and Dennis got married. In 1946, Rose and George and Ethel and Tom married, which just left Audrey and Thomas. Audrey and Tot got engaged in 1946. Tot didn't get down on one knee, but did give Audrey £25 to buy a ring. They married in April 1947, and as everything was still on rations, Audrey borrowed Rose's dress and somebody else's bridesmaid dresses. Everybody helped with the food, and the honeymoon was spent at the cinema because Tot had to go to work on the Monday.
What film was it?
Do you remember what film?
I know it was night work the following week.
It wasn't long before Audrey fell pregnant. You do the maths. Well, it's a wonder that Lorraine turned out all right. 3 weeks before Lorraine was born, the chimney caught on fire. Yeah. Audrey had to run across the road to call the fire brigade. Then the next day, the cat was run over. And Audrey then had to rescue the dog, who was being attacked by a much larger dog. But luckily, Lorraine did turn out all right. She was born on the 21st of January 1948, weighing 8 pounds and 7 ounces, after a 19-hour labour.
Oh! We know all about that.
Well done, Tot.
She had long black hair and was a lovely child, although she never stopped crying. On October the 1st, 1949, Audrey's second daughter, Janet, was born at home. Janet was a lovely child too, according to her mother. No bother at all.
She never has been.
In 1950, Audrey enjoyed her first family holiday to Westgate-on-Sea. However, they left baby Janet with Nanny Donaldson, and Janet has never to this day forgiven her.
You're still in counselling.
That's why I'm like her.
It explains a lot. In 1951, Audrey and the family moved back to Crabtree Manaway. In 1953, they were flooded, and to make matters worse, both the girls had measles. The firemen carried the girls to safety at their grandma's house, while Audrey and Tot escaped in a boat. The whole family had to stay at grandma's for 6 weeks. In 1954, Lorraine started lessons at Betty Good's, where Audrey met her great friend Molly Thorne and Julie. The same year, the family moved to Lower Road, next door to Audrey's mum and dad's, buying their first home. In 1955, Margaret and Roy married. Lorraine and Janet were both bridesmaids. Audrey, as everybody knows, is extremely talented and made both the dresses and the cake.
Here, here.
When the girls were older, Audrey went to work at a plastics factory where she stayed for 17 years. While having lunch with her friends, they all wanted to know what they would wish for if they could have 5 wishes. Audrey wished for grandchildren, a bungalow, a Wolseley car, a visit to the Derby, and a cruise. And all her wishes came true.
She's still driving a car.
The family enjoyed several caravan holidays with Audrey's mum and dad, plus the dogs. Grandad Woodley would never go away without his welly boots, which he polished and wore religiously. In 1970, Janet and Clifford were married. Audrey was again responsible for the cakes and dresses. It was a wonderful day. In 1971, Lorraine and Vic were married. Jackie made Lorraine's long velvet coat and Audrey made the cakes. Again, another wonderful day. This is the best bit. On March the 18th, 1978,
Let me guess.
and naturally everyone was over the moon. In July 1979, Audrey's first grandson Liam was born. Tot had plans for him to become a famous footballer. However, Liam was a born skateboarder and a DJ instead. In 1981, Audrey got her second wish and moved into a bungalow in Long Lane. It was a real family house where Audrey and Tot enjoyed some of their best times. The grandchildren loved to play in the garden, on the swing and in the summer house. On the 7th of February 1982, Audrey's second granddaughter, Natalie, was born. The prettiest baby going. At least that's what